Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, please remember that my readings are for your sun, moon, and ascendant sign. So whether you're sun, moon, or rising sign Pisces, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three of them to get a clearer, more complete picture of how these are going to speak to you and which part of you I resonate with as a reader. With that said, please don't forget to check out my new channel. It's dedicated to meditations and guided visualizations. You can do that on the link in the description box below. And personal readings are back. If you would like to book yours, hit the link below. I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, you have the Devil card. This week, my dear Pisceans, you need to ask yourself, where are the overindulgences? And I don't feel like this is so much like an addiction. Actually, the feeling that I get from this is there's a sense here that it's almost like you're not even overindulging, but it's almost like you're giving yourself too much, too much leeway in an area of your life where you should be a little bit stricter. This Devil card is kind of asking you where you need to be tighter with something, where you need to be more focused with something. It's kind of not like an addiction or anything like that, but it is where you're giving yourself kind of too much leeway. Like somewhere in your life this week, it looks like you might be trying to make more excuses than you are with action. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, the other thing with the Devil card as well, it can speak to, and very often does, it can speak to what we need to own more, what we need to claim more, right? So and that's the way that anything works in that regard. If you overindulge, you're not claiming your power, you're giving it away to something else. If you're addicted, you're giving your power away. If you're making excuses, again, it's kind of like you're deferring your energy or your power or your ability to choose to someone or something else. So this week it's about taking command and saying to yourself, right, I am in control here. For your actions and options, you have the Seven of Cups. So there is, for a select few of you, whatever your choice indulgence is, especially for those of you that partake in mind-altering substances, etc., this is not a week for it. I just have to tell you that now. You're having some really heavy 12th, and especially for those of you that are Pisces ascendants, you're having some really powerful 12th house transits right now. And if you are, toying around with any mind-altering substances or anything, or even alcohol, this week it could really get the better of you. So I urge you to really get a handle on this. Now, the other thing with your Seven of Cups, because it's your actions and options, coupled with that Devil card, this is a message for a few of you, not all of you, but a few of you. Your ability to say no needs to be cultivated this week, because it's like you just keep adding and adding and adding to your plate, and the tension, the pressure, the resentment, it's all building, and it's like you're not giving yourself anywhere to express that. This week I got to tell you off, Pisces. Like this week you got to claim your power back. You got to be honest, you got to be open, and like I said, you really this week stop filling your plate up with so much to do, and especially like if it's not something that's actually yours to do, taking on other people's work, other people's problems, challenges, issues. Help people when you can, but this week it kind of feels like you need to streamline it. So that's for all of you. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Ace of Cups. Love this, but with the Devil card present, somebody could be selling you pie in the sky and it looks like you want to buy it to keep the peace. Again, not a week for it. I'm sorry to say. I know this is a bit more stick rather than play compared to the usual readings that I give Pisces, but this week I have to be tough on you because I need you to be tough on yourself. There is a lot of potential here for you to get ahead, but it's going to require some real sort of reality checks. Okay, so for those of you that work for somebody else, the Ace of Cups is a new beginning or an idea that you want to move ahead with. because you've got the Devil card here, you just need to make sure that your idea or your expertise is going to be at the forefront of this. Like, don't give something away, you know, make it clear that you want to be a part of whatever is going to be implemented. For those of you that work for yourselves or have your own business, whatever you desire, your desire is not enough. This week you are going to have to act. Now, if that means, remember what I said about streamlining it and not taking on so much, you know, you can't put everything on your plate. If that means having to take something off your plate in order to move ahead with an idea or something for your own business, you're going to have to start looking at what is superfluous, what is taking away from the ultimate goal. And then for those of you that are retired or no longer working for, you know, any reason, you're this week, it's all well and good doing things out of love, but if you know they are wasted or used in not so much the best way, this week you could get really frustrated and you might even have some form of an outburst. And the interesting thing is the Ace of Cups is actually a good card, but it just suggests that your emotions or your kind-hearted nature are almost like being used against you this week. And because you're so sort of accommodating and giving, it's like you need to find that backbone to say, actually, you know what, I'm going to push back against this week. For your money and materials, you've got the Five of Pentacles. Looks like there's going to be some sort of unexpected expense this week. Just be aware of that. It's underneath the Seven of Cups and right next to the Ace of Cups. This week, I want you to be very cautious. If somebody tries to play on the heartstrings to get money out of you this week, just don't do it. Please don't. This is all I'm going to say to you. When it comes to the finances this week, like I said as well, there could be a personal expense that comes up unexpectedly. And I mean, this is, you know, you've got the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So, you know, like I said, it could be somebody's trying to manipulate you emotionally because they know usually you'll give in. You've got to be aware of that this week. For your home and environment, I think that's actually where it's coming in. There's going to be something around the home that requires fixing, repairing, and possibly even replacing. If you are replacing an item, remember it's Mercury retrograde, so nothing brand new. Get something secondhand, because in a retrograde you can actually get a very good deal. For your come on brain, physical health and vitality, this is going to be your neck, your throat, this general area and region you really want to look after this week. And I kind of feel like this actually ties into the overall message about speaking your truth, standing your ground, drawing a line in the sand, you know, knowing where you're giving too much. For your love and relations, you've got the Hierophant card. This is actually surprisingly quite nice. Now you do have two fives here, so pay attention to what your attention is focused on this week. But look at this, with the Ace of Cups. For those of you that are single, there could be somebody that you are speaking to, talking to, maybe somebody that is, you know, in very good stead in their own lives. You just want to make sure that the vibe you're putting out is the vibe that you want to attract, you know, because there's a lot going on. And then for those of you that are partnered or in relationships already, or married in any way, shape or form, the financial strain on the relationship this week could be a bit of a challenge. It could be something that really does need to be looked at or talked about. The reason I say this is because the Hierophant card literally represents your marriage, or like your traditional commitment, so to speak. Coupled with the Five of Pentacles, it suggests that there is a financial issue that's putting strain or burden on the relationship. And I just want you to be aware of that this week, because, you know, what you want and what you get may be very different things. And a part of it may be because of what you're allowing to happen, and a part of it may be because you're refusing to speak up. So, you know, just be aware of that. I wish I could give you an easier message. It doesn't look like an easy week for you guys, but it will clear. You know, I think this is just serving to highlight to you what needs to be adapted and changed, and where you need to be a bit firmer with yourself and also with others. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a conscious week. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.